Hello and welcome to this video. Are black holes gateways to God? Einstein's equations of relativity has determined that the presence of large matter distorts the space around them, as it does with stars and planets. This led to the concept of general relativity's prediction of the black hole. And at the center of the black hole there lays two imposing forces. One is the enormous force of gravity, and the other a point of nothingness, which can be termed as infinity. But the equation of Einstein breaks down with relativity in relation to the black hole, because when the force of gravity is taken into the core of the black hole, it becomes infinity, which is a calculation without limits. It's where, according to physics, time stops. And to the physicist, there is no such thing as infinity, because it would mean that everything that is understood about the physical universe collapses. Therefore, it is believed that there must be a fundamental flaw in Einstein's theory. According to Einstein, the mass of the black hole is contained within an infinite point that takes up no space at all. The object of infinite density and infinite gravity that is found to be within the black hole is called the singularity. Physicists do not know what to do with this theory of singularity, because they are unable to predict what will come out of it. The singularity that is at the center of the black hole is both astronomically heavy and infinitesimally small, which raises the question, is this where all that exists meets at one point? Einstein's theory of gravity explains much about the very big and fast, where quantum physics gives valuable detailed insight into the very small. However, the search for a theory of quantum gravity has fallen apart because it is believed that quantum mechanics and general relativity are incompatible. Both sciences know that there is something wrong, but to date are unable to combine their skills to find a solution. I believe this is due to the fact that physicists are chiefly left-brain orientated, whereas the science of quantum mechanics and its approach is more right-brain orientated. For nearly 100 years, physics has been able to explain the physical universe that we live in. And Einstein's general relativity perfectly describes the motions of the stars and galaxies, whereas the energy of the atoms is wonderfully explained by quantum mechanics. But as it stands, with the discovery of the black hole that shows the depth and complexity of universal laws, the various sciences in general can no longer stand apart. To date, quantum physics has not been able to describe the meaning of gravity within the black hole, but have called it quantum gravity, which is the point of reference to finding the solution that will explain the full meaning of the black hole. A black hole is the end result of a star collapsing, when in a fraction of a second the radiation of the star, that is at least 5 times the size of our Sun, has reached the end of its fusion reactions and turns off. With the outward pressure of radiation that has been created, gravity takes over and the star implodes, and the entire mass of the star closes down into an increasingly smaller volume of space. In this process, the velocity of the star increases to a point where not even light is fast enough to escape its gravitational pull until it reaches the point of infinity. This is basically how a black hole is formed. According to physics, the creation of the universe came out of a singularity, i.e., the Big Bang theory, and a singularity is found at the center of the black hole. The understanding that I have of black holes is relatively simple. The scientific study of universal laws in modern terms is very new and is often found to be difficult to comprehend by mind itself, i.e. logic. To become more realized about the very nature of the black hole, I feel that one must be able to go beyond the beyond. We are now living and are held in the dimensions of infinity itself. This universe, which I call the local universe, is one of innumerable universes to be found in infinite space. It is said that humans are made in the image of God, and that all human beings are a body within the body. If you can go beyond the beyond and imagine the body of God is made up of 13 universes that holds the consciousness of God. Each universe has multi-levels of light, which is consciousness. The most obvious being the physical light that all human beings can relate to. Physical light is a third-dimensional light, which is the power source of the mind, the logical left hemisphere of the brain. The right hemisphere of the brain is connected to both physical light and the unseen light, which is responsible for activating one's higher senses, such as clairvoyance and intuition. These faculties stem from higher consciousness activity. This is where there is one similarity that relates to the theories of physics and quantum physics. The former deals with the concrete world, and the latter with the abstract. This similarity can be found in the black hole, meaning Einstein's theory of physics, the large, and the quantum theory, the very small. It is true to say that light itself cannot escape the gravitational pull of the black hole, but my understanding that this is but a small part of the truth. There are a number of light frequencies that can and do escape the gravitational pull of the black hole, because they are beyond the realm of matter. It is understood by physics that the universe itself is expanding, which is true, but why? This is where I believe black holes are playing a vital role in maintaining the balance in galaxies and universes. The darkness of void found in infinity is by nature neutral, meaning that it is not being controlled but is simply following universal laws. To put it simply, if you can imagine that your physical body is a mirror of the universal body of God, then the cells of your body are continually renewing themselves, much as the universal body of energy is doing through the continual change of stellar activity, but at a vast scale. All black holes are responsible for creating greater light within each universe and infinity itself. The darkness of infinity is neutral, through which light and unseen light are able to travel. If you can imagine that each universe is like an expandable light bulb, and as new galaxies are created, the universe, the light bulb, will glow more, creating the expansion that science talks about. In other words, the light that comes out of the darkness of infinity creates more light in the galactic field, which in turn enlightens the universe. And the bulb of energy that the universe is held in expands, simply because light is expansive. It is my understanding that a black hole has an opposite end, through which energy passes. One analogy of the black hole is that it is similar to a waterfall, where everything that is drawn in falls into the center of the black hole, which is termed the inner horizon. According to science, this is where everything being drawn in meets everything that is being pushed out by the rotational pull of the black hole, which creates enormous turmoil and heat that would burn up anything that falls into it. As I understand it, there is some heat and incineration of some energy, but there remains a continuation of the flow within the black hole. It does not end at what is termed the bottom. There are no straight lines in nature or the universe. The analogy of the waterfall does not feel right to me, or that the black hole has a bottom. There must be a form of release which I believe passes through the opposite end of the black hole. It can be compared to two cones that are connected together from the central core, the inner horizon, whereby one is drawing energy inwardly and the other sending energy outwardly. The inner horizon transforms energy that then flows through and out the opposite end, meaning that you are not doomed when you pass through the center of the black hole, there is a transition point. In diagram 1 that I have made, it simply illustrates this. When you get to the other side, you find yourself in a void, an emptiness where there is total darkness. Everything is still. From there, some of the energy that is drawn through will possibly create galaxies or even a universe to which there is no beginning or end. I have experienced certain phenomena in relation to this subject matter, and in this film I have sought to explain those insights in a manner that is more abstract, that in a way may shed some light or touch a point within someone, which in turn may unravel the mysteries that lay behind the black hole phenomena. Thank you for watching. Love and light, Ralph.